How you living?
Without no limits.
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 What up, what up, what up, my people in the building. KSGB of Faith, now I mean, Vitamin Reasons. Here on another episode. Today we rocking our own man, the one and only West Coast DYI, Curtiss King, talking about ageism in hip hop. Now I'm saying, personally, I don't really rock with all the ageism. I do what I want. I don't let nobody put no type of limitations on anything I do. Now when it comes to physicalities and things of that nature, might be able to run track and all that after a while when you get older. But don't stop nothing else, because there's people that still do that too. It depends on how you take care of yourself and your mentality, your mental health and your physical health and things of that nature. But you can do hip hop forever. So I'm one of them niggas that you're not gonna come to and be like, oh, you this and do that, and you're too old. I'm never too old for doing anything. You know what I'm saying? They say ice cream and candies for kids, but grown ups eat it too. Come on, man. It's just certain things that niggas pick and choose. I just like niggas is for gazy anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe to my channel. Like and subscribe to Curtiss King TV. He was a dope content creator. If you're a DIYer and you like being an independent artist and need to find a way to make moves and do things of that nature, Curtiss King is one of the people besides myself that can tell you little stuff here and there and how to move through experience. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get into it.
DIYers, we've been talking a whole lot about Jay-Z's freestyle, not just how impressive the verse is or how controversial some of the names that he's bringing.
And it's crazy that people say, oh, Jay-Z versus whack. No, it wasn't, nigga. You just have a fifth grade reading comprehension. You only can comprehend it at third to fourth grade reading level or skill level. Like, nigga, no, it wasn't. And if you a Jay-Z fan or ran with Jay-Z all the way up from Reasonable down to now, then you ride right along with what he's saying. But niggas who never listen to Jay-Z and all that, or niggas who's like dumbed down lyrics, of course they not gonna understand what he's saying, because he ain't saying nothing mumble rapper, he ain't saying nothing dumbed down. He's speaking truth. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to be doing in hip hop. But anyway, let's keep it going.
But there's a reoccurring theme of ageism. Before Jay-Z did that freestyle, I had a story lined up about a young rapper from Charleston, South Carolina named Trim.
Do it. He said he ready to send me a finger. I told him, sure. Listen, I just wanted to give y'all a taste of what the princess does.
Recently, she did an interview with Billboard. They said, Trim, what excites you the most about this era of hip hop? What excites you? I honestly feel like the people who are so-called big dogs should look into starting a business so they won't get washed up. Interviewer reads notes. Did you understand my question? If you keep releasing music and it comes and goes because your heart isn't in it, why not start your own label and invest in other artists and give them the opportunity to be under your wing? Oh, this is feeling very familiar. I feel
that has nothing to do with the question that was asked. And I never heard her, but from the little snippets I just heard, I'll pass.
like every few years, there's a new artist. They usually got Lil in their name, Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert.
You gonna get to these bars? I'm telling you right now, if you pull out one of them old beats, I'm not rapping on it.
Kodak Black at one point did this, where in order for you to become a headline, you attack someone as big.
What he just said was stupid. If you put one of them old beats on, because you ain't no real rapper, nigga. You ain't never, okay, you're a rapper. You're not an MC. You're not a lyricist. So you have to be catered to. Real niggas can rhyme over Marachi music or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've done it up in Harlem. They play loose salsa songs and all that stuff, and mariachi and all that, and I was rhyming to it. You know what I'm saying? I had to go fast, but I did it. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, y'all niggas is cake niggas, yo. Oh, if it's this, or you can't, niggas can't help you. I seen Lil Yachty, everybody was hyping him up, and he like, oh, don't do that, nigga, cause you ain't no real MC, lyricist, nigga. You ain't no real nigga like that. Your heart ain't really 100% in it, nigga. You in it for the dough and the fame. Your whole read, most of y'all niggas that's in hip hop right now is in it for the money or because you want to feel special and clout chasing and all that. Nigga, I've been doing this for years, and I do it because I love it. I remember the first time I heard hip hop, some of the breaks. Oh, the first song I heard was Rappers Delight. That's one of them. Then I heard the Bubble Bunch. I heard so many songs back in the days that I was like, wow, what is this? This is dope. Like, Wow, like yeah, like y'all niggas, I do it. Kid. If I make money, I make money. If I don't, I don't. And I got over 8 million streams so far. I ain't collect everything yet, but yeah, I gotta do the paperwork. But other than that, yeah, I'm in it for the love. So if you a nigga who doing it for the money, then your reason of doing it is for the wrong reasons, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artiste. You know what I'm saying? With an E at the end, because that's what music artist was originally called. I know it's French. Artiste was for musicians. Artists was used for niggas who draw and sculptors and all that. You know, the artist house niggas and all that. But artiste was used for people who did music. Just a fun fact.
Big in the culture as Biggie or Tupac, or you just attack older rappers in general, you unk them out, and then you create a headline from there, and then we have discussions based upon what this person has said. It feels like the same rollout we've always seen. I'll let her continue. They should let other people take over now, because that's what I would do. She's saying this, mind you, at 19, and I wouldn't even wait so long to do it. She said, matter of fact, if I was LeBron, I wouldn't play till I was 40. Because it's getting washed up. I will be after my prime, but sports is a different conversation. It's a lot here. You can read this as two different ways. The way that I think a lot of fans on that end are reading it. I looked in the comments. They're seeing this as her having her own issues with Nicki Minaj. She sounds like Nicki Minaj. She kind of favors Nicki Minaj. She's calling herself the princess of hip hop. So she may feel
How?
like, hey, I
don't even never heard
cosplay
that.
like you if you still around. Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna. Okay, that's not what she meant. You know, it's kind of hard to.
I know niggas supposed to all feel like they the best of the best and they elite, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I've ever not lied to myself. I'm one of the best. I'm not the best, but I'm one of the best. And I'd rather be humble than some dick-headed individual acting like I'm this nigga that I'm not. Because all that stuff probably come before the fall, and all that fall back on you. Like I was saying in my last video about Drake, and you can't start up relationships or no lie. He did that. So when it all falls apart, because whatever's done in darkness is going to be brought to light. Remember before Drake and Meek Mill did a song together, you never heard nobody say nothing about no ghostwriters with Drake. Never heard of that. Even though even back then I still felt some type of way, but it wasn't publicly known from me or before, that's before that before Meek Mill said what he said, and then it all came to light. But yeah, that's one of the things. Like niggas, you gotta be real with niggas. You can't start a relationship with no fakeness and no lies. And that's what that nigga did.
Take your thing when you still here. You would think after all the prime examples of artists that have gotten to a specific age, 40 and up, 50 and up, who are still rapping at the top of their game, producing, thinking about a Pharrell, producing at the top of their game, or at least evolving and extending what the expectations are of someone of that age producing in hip hop, you would think this conversation would be less and less. But it feels like a signature move for a lot of younger artists who want to get traction. Honestly,
I don't understand that, yo. I remember a long time ago, Cameron said something like that about Jay-Z. He said every time that never, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas be like, let other niggas eat and this and the other. If you wanted the best nigga, why somebody else gotta move out the way? Now it's different. Now I ain't even going front. There's levels to this. Because it's different when you got niggas like what's her name? Gianna, and niggas like Drake, niggas who get catered to and entitlements and get things. Cause I'm gonna keep it 100. If Drake was 100% black from the hood, he wouldn't be getting that attention that he getting. Let's keep it 100. Let's address the elephant in the room. It's because it's the other side that he's getting that. Let's keep it 100. It ain't no hate. It ain't no resentment. It's just telling the truth. That's what it really is. Look at Georgiana. They trying to make her the face of hip hop for Midwest, for Indianapolis and Indiana. And she's not even from Indianapolis or Naptown, rather. She's from Michigan City, and she's garbage. Her bars are garbage. She can't flow. She just garbage. But some people like her voice and all that, which I guess, some things, your attributes, some things are things you have can get you ahead, even if other things is like lacking. But yeah, like it's like that. Like unless you in that situation and then you got people crowding around them, like forget everybody else, then I can see you feeling some type of way. But if you nice and all that, and you dope too, then you should make it. I mean, look at Kendrick Lamar. Even me, I get royalties and all that type of stuff. I ain't up there where I want to be yet, but I will be. 8 million streams, you know what I'm saying? That ain't a lot of money, but I'm just saying, because the way they do us, I'm saying half a cent per stream. Come on, man. We need y'all making more money off our music than we are. And it's our music that we've invested and put money into. That's another thing. Spotify and all that need to fall back and start paying us more because it's our music that y'all use. Even YouTube, y'all using our products, our content, our illustrations to get ahead. Y'all need to be paying people. Then y'all want to penalize people and stuff. How y'all penalize people when y'all making money off of the backs of people? It's no different from being a colonizer. If you want to keep it 100, especially if you're not paying people, the slaves ain't getting no money, but you giving us 1 cent a stream, a half a cent, million streams. What's that? $1,400. New York State, the only place they're trying to make it a 1 cent, which I still think it should be more than that, but that's more than a half a cent, and 1 cent versus a million streams is $14,000. That is a big step up from a half a cent, which is $1,400. So yeah, I guess that makes some leeway. But every state ain't doing that, and they do need to for your artists, my nigga. Y'all letting Spotify and these niggas rob them. But y'all, I'm a fan. I'm no, you not, nigga. Fans support people. Stop being a dead fan. Stop being a lip service fan. Be a real fan. Let's bring music back to where it was respected, where it had quality, where it had substance, where it danced around in your head, even if you wasn't listening to it. Remember those days of hip hop and rap and R&B and pop and contemporary music and all that? Come on, man, let's bring all that back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all letting the world get to y'all, not letting the world speed y'all up. And all that, man, slow down. Meditate on and be glad that God still got you here. Meditate on that. Meditate you still got family here that you can see and hug. Meditate, slow down. Listen to some music. Really listen to it. Logically. Not with just emotion, but logically. That's another thing. We should listen to music logically. We ain't just listen to music emotionally. It might have some strings or something that made it sound sad, but we still listen to the bars, like really listen to them and actually comprehend what they were saying, unlike some of y'all of today, like those who talking about, oh, Jay-Z versus Wack, really? Or you just can't comprehend what is being said, or you can't comprehend because you was never a Jay-Z fan, so you don't know his journey and road of life, so you don't relate to what he's talking about because you don't know anything really about him. But to say it's whack is crazy. My man on Facebook said it was whack. And I was looking at him like, what? What you on, dope or dog food? Niggas don't have meetings in the mind no more. Niggas don't have no intellect no more. And this girl told me, oh, you want shopping? First of all, my nigga, age shouldn't play a part unless you in dire need of, like you sick or something like that. But as long as you can breathe, walk on 10 toes, or even in a wheelchair or crutches or a walker, whatever, you do what you do. You live your dream. You live for God. You live for your family, your loved ones, and you live for your dreams. And you do it in a way that don't penalize you when you die. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You live the way you want you live, but do it in the way that you don't get penalties when you die. And you know what the penalties are. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody want to go to hell and all that. You know what I'm saying? So move right. You could live a productive, cool life. I'm that nigga type of life without actually acting like I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's ways of doing that in a humble way, in a respectable way. You know what I'm saying? But as far as this ageism thing, I don't believe in it at all. I'm gonna do music until I die. Hip hop. That's what I do. I write R&B, gospel, and all that too. But we talking about hip hop right now.
I feel like the people who are so-called big dogs should look into starting a business so they won't get washed up. First thing I'll say is not everybody want to start a business.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Especially after going through the music industry, do you know how many people have lost the love for even music because of what they have gone through in that industry? How many of them go through the craziest of circumstances? They're probably dealing with not even having ownership of their masters. My question to her is this, and I know
thank God I own my masters.
She's 19, so I say this respectfully. Do you want somebody with a vendetta against the music industry who was little bro or little sis to be in charge of your business? Hell no, because I don't want you doing whatever that them folks did to your career. I don't want you doing that to my career.
And that's facts. That is straight facts. And that's exactly how it normally happens too. Niggas do stuff to you. And then and a lot of times it don't even have to be consciously that you're doing it. Sometimes people do things subconsciously that don't even realize that they're doing it. But that's true. Why would I want to be signed to somebody who got played in the industry so they could turn around and end up playing me? And a lot of times, when I look back over life, and even in situational relationships like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife, a woman or man can tell them how they've been brokenhearted and how people did them wrong, and they can pour their soul out to a person, and the person say they understand, they relate and everything, and still turn around and do the same thing to that person that they was broken over in the first place. And that's facts. People do that.
I think the worst case scenario for a younger artist is to have someone who is jaded by the industry, who feels disrespected by the industry, who feels like the industry owes them something. The last thing I want to do is have that person be in management of my business. And not everybody's good at business. And to her last point, if I was LeBron, I wouldn't play till I was 40. Well, if you didn't play till you was 40, you wouldn't be the leading scorer of all time in the NBA.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You wouldn't be the leading scorer.
So what he supposed to do, retire and just die or do nothing? Want to keep on moving, want to keep on doing something. There's people like in their 90s, almost in their hundreds, that's still taking walks, food shopping, everything. What you supposed to do? Niggas supposed to lay down and die, be lazy? Nah, I don't want to do that. I'd rather do this.
Score of all time in the NBA if you didn't wait till 40. I know the idea of getting older. It feels like when you get to 30, your life begins to become over. That's how it felt for me in my 20s. I said, man, I got to get this whole rap career thing situated by 30 because by then, man, I got to start a family. I got to do all these assumptions.
You know what's crazy? I did that, and I ended up putting it on the back burner and doing everything, like family and everything. But I ain't going to find, even now, I still got that same feeling. And I'm 53. I'll be like, nigga, I got to do all I can. Life is almost over. The same way I felt then, I still feel. It don't change. Like, I ain't trying to beat the clock or anything like that. But I'm not trying to sit around and be no lazy nigga not doing nothing. I write, do music, do graphics, and I record. My family, we got a label, logistics, went to college, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, now I'll take all that stuff I got and I'm doing something with it. I'm not just going to die and leave it and just, I'm not doing that. And I teach my sons and all the other young people that be around me stuff like, yo, I don't just sit there and just let my life dwindle away. And this girl told me, oh, I was LeBron, I start playing when I'm 40.
About what it is until you're actually there. And so you realize time moves a lot faster, especially when you're living a career lifestyle that is already fast. Before you look up, you'll be like, damn, I've done hundreds of shows, thousands of shows. I've done all kind of songs. I've done collaborations. Damn it, I didn't know that was 5 years ago.
And that's true. Like I said in my other video, like, oh, for real, my nigga, I stopped in 2013, started back in 2020, 19, I started writing again, but I wasn't recording. I think I started putting my stuff back out in 2020, and so far I got 475 songs. Straight for real like that. Like, yeah, I take this seriously.
And 5 years turn to 10 years, and 10 years turn to 15. And before you know it, you may mentally feel like you're still in your teens from how you feel about this game. But then you look up and realize my body has been keeping score the whole time. Trim ain't the only one, though. Isaac Hayes III. At the beautiful age of 50, Isaac Hayes said,
he's irritating. To me, it's like he's trying to cater to young people or act like he relates to them by saying, he even said something about the Drake, oh, they pitting Drake and they messing up hip hop. Nigga, shut up. Cause you acting like you young, nigga, and you not. You old too. And you trying to talk like you know something. You're not a musician. You're not a rapper. No, none of that. It's like, nigga, stay in your space.
Hey, you old heads, 45 and up, don't realize you are irrelevant to these young teens. They don't give a flying F. what you say about them on your podcast. Is Irony in the room with us? And you wouldn't either when you were their age. You guys are the Tipper Gore and Dolores Tucker of hip-hop right now. Y'all don't see it. Boy, I'd like to give him the award for the worst hip-hop takes on earth. What makes someone in their 50s think that they're a specialist on once somebody in their teens?
And he's funny because he's 51, so he's a hypocrite. And you got he owns fan base, which is a social media site. And you're 51. Most social media is young people, right? So you're being a hypocrite, my nigga.
Or 20s one. Everybody's talking, nobody's listening to each other. Because I hear an argument for what Trim said in that there are some people who are merely taking up space. There are some people who refuse to grow up. There are some people who just want to be around young folks on a regular basis and provide no value. There are some people who just want to siphon up all the energy from younger artists. Matter of fact, Drewski made a skit about it recently. Is Drewski a parent and elder who has refused to grow up? But it's this idea of living your second childhood that makes it very head scratching for folks who are like, what you doing out there with them?
Yeah, I know niggas like that. And be honest with you, them same niggas, they can be street niggas, they can be hard and all that, but everybody don't respect them because the young people be looking at them like they equals because you treat them like they your equal. Me, on the other hand, I'm young at heart. I'm not young-minded, but I'm young at heart. And I'm not closed-minded neither, but I don't allow people younger than me to be thinking they equal to me because they're not. I've been where they haven't been yet. I've seen what they haven't seen yet. And some things I pray that they haven't been yet or won't end up at or seen or will see ever. So like I don't really move like that. But for people, because it's about ageism, that's what it's supposed to be about. And this girl, what she's saying doesn't really, it kind of seems like it's ageism, but it's not. It's almost like she sneaked this in older people. Like, I mean, in a way, because she's saying, like, you sound company before you get washed up. Anybody can get washed up. Young niggas get washed up. How many of you young niggas still got rappers out there that y'all listen to that's still around? Not many. Not many. Where's Forbat at? Where's I Love McCollum? Where's any of these people at? You hardly even hear Little Yachty. Concrete Boys, where they at? Little Pump, where they at? And I ain't even diss them, just saying they can get washed up. Age has nothing to do with getting washed up. You can get washed up young or old. Or people stop rocking with you. Shit, even in regular life, that can happen. People go rock with you, then they don't rock with you. Everything ain't always about age, my nigga. Get over that.
You're not leading the way. You following the shenanigans of everybody else.
Young nigga look up to me.
And that's another thing. I don't really do that, or I don't look for validation. I let the young people hear my music and see they take on it. But then that validation far as that, I don't look for that. Been there, done that. Like nigga, I'm already ahead of the game. Years over you. Decades over you. Maybe even 20 years over you. Like, why am I doing that? Why do I need Joe? Why do I need you like that? Like, why I have to be hip for you, nigga? Been there, done that. Like, nigga, I know way more than you. And still learning. And still like to learn. You know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like I have to bow down to younger niggas. Like, nigga, no, that's not happening. Like, I'll respect you. I'll give you prompts when you deserve prompts. Give honor to whom it's due. But as far as like trying to be, I'm that hip nigga. No, nigga. That's lame to me. Like, y'all young niggas, y'all be lucky or blessed if y'all even make it to the age I am, especially if you're a minority. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't doing that. Check out my album, Beginning to Me. You see where my mind is at and what type of nigga I am and everything. Like, saying I make dope music. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the dope niggas. You know what I'm saying? Substance nigga. And that's facts. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what no nigga any other nigga talking about. That's facts. KSG via Faith. Papa J. You know what I'm saying? Phase 3. All three of them niggas is me. You know what I'm saying? I do my own features. You know what I'm saying? I have other people do features with me, but I do my own features too. And they all sound like different niggas. And it amazes me sometimes. But yeah, let's get back into this. I want to go, of course. But yeah, let's do this.
Hey man, 10 generations of the hood, man. Show love to your hood, man. Y'all nigga come back and feed the streets. Be a big homie to your hood, man. These niggas love me out here.
I just got my first online sale and it's
That was
the best
funny,
feeling in
yo.
the world.
It is like that, though.
Makes
Niggas
sense.
do be acting like that. Niggas
I'm
be acting
done.
like that.
I do think there is the refusal to grow up for a lot of artists, because I think a lot of artists are also lost on what does that look like. Does that make me less cool in a genre itself that is still trying to define and redefine cool throughout the years? My question, especially to that Trim statement earlier, is let's say
I feel like this about being cool and hip. Do less, you get more. You do more, you get less. I look at it like this. When you try overly too hard to do something, it makes you look lame like a sucker nigga. When you just be you and just lay back and come with me, you get ahead way better than you do when you're trying to force stuff or make things seem like, nah, nigga, we ain't got time for it. That's a waste of energy. Niggas ain't wasting energy like that.
this is a statement that is broader than Nicki Minaj. Let's say the ones who genuinely are on their shit, they're developing the art. I mean, think along the lines of the Killer Mikes, the Clips, Jay-Z in his 50s, and for those particular artists that represent an age group who does not often see representations of themselves within hip-hop, who don't often see people who are willing to talk about the things that Andre 3000 said he wouldn't, like colonoscopies. You mean to say you want to get rid of that so we can, what, at 40 become a fan of Trim?
He said he ready to send me a figure.
That wouldn't be kind of weird. Another timely article that I've seen that popped up here, written by Erica Marie. She had a great article here on Hot New Hip Hop. She draws attention to this conversation about ageism in hip hop by saying Jay-Z proves we need to retire the idea of OG rappers being washed up. She says hip hop has spent much of its existence celebrating youth while treating aging like a problem to be solved. Every few years, the conversation returns in a slightly different form. Older rappers should step aside and leave room for the next generation. My question is, leave room for what? Let's say, Trim, you get rid of Nicki Minaj. Then what? Do you think like it's a video game where like people leave a server and it's just a bunch of people just like in the queue, just in the hall, just waiting, looking around? We're gonna be fans of next. You sound close enough. Let me go to you. Like the people who have fan bases, I don't care who it is, they have earned that kind of fandom. Jay-Z's appearance at the Roots picnic wasn't a victory lap built on nostalgia. It was the performance of an artist who still commands a stage, still captivates an audience, and still occupies a place at the center of hip-hop's cultural conversation. More than 50 years after the genre's birth, perhaps the question is no longer whether older rappers belong, but whether hip-hop is finally mature enough to stop confusing age with relevance. Irrelevance. I love that, because I feel like there's certain words that we take for granted, right? And I never even thought about this idea of what relevance is. We look at the definition, it says information that meaningfully contributes to the current subject. If there is an artist that is 40 plus, 50 plus, that is contributing something meaningful, it may not be meaningful to you at 20, 19, it's not supposed to be. But if there's other folks who are approaching their 40s with fear, I know I was. When you see somebody speak confidently about what that part of their life meant, how clear they saw the world, how clear they saw their art, it provides a lot of comfort. Somewhere along the way, hip-hop adopted the idea that relevance has an expiration date, one that often arrives much earlier than it does in other forms of music. The expectation never made much sense. Rock legends like Elton John, Bruce Springsteen, Paul McCartney, and Mick Jagger continue performing before sold-out crowds well into their 70s and 80s. Their longevity is viewed as evidence of greatness, not proof that they've stayed too long. Rap, meanwhile, spent years acting as though turning 40 should trigger an exit strategy. Can I say the quiet part out loud real quick with this one? You know what all these artists have in common? Because this in itself is starting to become an old argument. We do know that all of these artists here happen to be Caucasian rock sensations, and that the same rules do not apply even within the genre, and especially not in rap. Too many times I think that just the youth get blamed for this. And a lot of that is now internet culture, is troll culture. They say, man, I don't want to hear that unk shit. But somebody had to do that programming into their mind. Because my generation wasn't the same way. If I heard something that was good, that inspired me, shit, I gravitated towards it. I was listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire in high school. That is way before my time. But my parents put me on. I listened to Cameo. I was probably 3 years old when Cameo was releasing music. Marvin Gaye. Like, these are artists that were way before my birth date. And not once did I think to myself, man, that shit ain't relevant to me. If it felt like it was something that felt good, like good home cooking, I ate it, I consumed it. But I felt
And that's fact. That's why a lot of young people but don't even understand. Like I grew up listening to Marvin Gaye and Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5 and Diana Ross and the Supremes and all these people because of my mother and them. And we didn't look at their music like shunned it like, oh, it's this. If it was dope, we embraced it. Y'all niggas is lame. Y'all newer niggas is lame. Like y'all niggas miss out on so much dopeness that y'all don't even understand it. It's dope song that's way older than you that you hear and you be like, yo, that's fire.
Like that doesn't exist with a lot of the younger artists, but let me not blame them. You know who needs to also get some blame in here? Major labels who set this type of mindset in motion. When the record business convinces you that this genre that is predominantly black is disposable and that we can get another one of you. When the industry operates that way, it's only a matter of time before that starts to transfer its way to the ways of the consumer. Because if they see an artist that has been getting pushed millions and millions of dollars and then all of a sudden they get discarded and pushed to the side, why would they not at some point do the same if they were exposed to that when they were a younger age? That's a great business model for a culture that you think is disposable. It's a factory assembly line. If you come through here and you give me issues, you get locked up, you even get, let's say you get your TV turned off. I'm gonna get a surplus in streams off of you. I'm gonna do crazy numbers on your catalog because I own your catalog. I'm gonna be able to pick up insurance money off of you being taken out that way because you're my investment. And then I can take that, reinvest it, bring somebody else into the conversation. What's often missing from debates about older rappers is an understanding of how hard it is to achieve longevity in music. Plenty of artists have a hot year, and even some have a hot decade. Very few remain relevant across multiple generations while continuing to evolve. That requires adaptability, discipline, reinvention, and a level of artistic endurance that cannot be manufactured. Jay-Z didn't prove that older rappers still belong at the Roots picnic, but the conversation itself may be overdue for retirement. Exhibit talked about this, and I like some of the points that he made.
Hip-hop is the only genre of music that has ageism. And when I say that, I mean it's like once you go past early 20s, you're an old head for some reason. Or you don't belong. You're washed. Right.
At 21, they're getting umped by a 14-year-old. I said it's only...
And it's crazy because I'll be telling my people that, like my nieces and nephew, I'll be like telling them because they in their 20s, and I'll be like, well, my son, your cousins, which is my sons, they 11 and 13. I'll be like, yo, they look at y'all like old niggas. Even their older sister who's only 27. I'll be like, yo, y'all some old niggas to them. You know what I'm saying? You call me old? Well, I said, actually, it's like a domino effect. You look at me like my daughter in their 20s and 30s. I mean, they late 20s and 30s, early 30s. They be like, oh, you old. But I'll be like, yo, your young brothers look at you the same way. It's a domino effect. You think I'm old, they think you old. And then people after them going to think the same thing about them. And that's facts.
Matter of time before a toddler is unking a 13-year-old.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Unk shit. You can't even speak.
It's people that's already doing that. I'm going to keep it 100. When I was young, back in the late 70s and all that, my sister was taking us to the block party, jams with Master Dawn and all niggas. And yo, for real, I'm going to keep it 100. I was like 6 years old. My sister was 12. But the way she moved and how mature she was, I thought she was grown. I thought she was in her like 19, 20, 21, something like that. I didn't think my sister was that young. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think, when I think about it, I don't remember ever knowing my sister's age at that time. I don't remember asking her how old she was. But I know now that she was 12 when that happened. And that was in the late 70s.
Spelunk, 4-year-old baby? Dog. I can't help but feel like that shit is a psyop. If I demonize the idea of you getting older, why wouldn't you want to die younger? Y'all don't hear me.
Being part of a genre and a culture that's only 50 years old, 50 plus now, we're the first of our kind to cross this threshold that went from cassettes, CDs, into the streaming world. We're from the last regime change going into a new regime change. Nobody has told the Rolling Stones when to stop touring. Only hip hop does that, and it's weird to talk about Simba's verse because he says, because everybody's fighting for these 5 seats. but there's way more seats to success than these 5 that everybody's fighting over.
Of course, there are many different races within hip hop that are affected by the ageism conversation, but I feel like there's a different type of conversation, and maybe because I, as a black man myself, see it firsthand, there is a different tone that is associated with you're 40 and you're trying to start something from scratch. Your life is already, there's a tone that sounds like that, right? And many times from folks that look like us. This woman right here, she said something that touched my soul. She said, protect black boys' creativity.
Why do black boys stop making art as they get older? They stop making art because they do not see any ways to monetize their art. Unless it decide to be like a tattoo artist or something else, like they do not find ways to monetize their art. They don't see ways to monetize their art. So that's usually when they stop drawing and they start going into like other trades or other things that they feel like can make their money. Because like, why do black boys play basketball? Because they have dreams of going to the league. Why do they play football? Because they have dreams of going to the league. There is no league for art. But honestly, you need to foster your black boys' creativity in any way you can, because if you're a boy who can sit in front of the computer and play games all day, you can go take that coding boot camp.
That's facts.
Don't get a lot of messages like that.
Nope.
We're told to stop at a certain age. We're told that it looks silly from even people older than us. It looks.
And to me, all this come from slavery. Everything that comes to the black genres of music, which is all mostly every genre of music that was stolen from us and things of that nature. But everything that we do is, oh, you're too old for that. If you dance, if you're a dancer, oh, you're too old to dance. No. Why does it every time I look, and if you look at it, it's not just a hip hop thing, it's a race thing. Like everything that comes to dealing with us, it always has to have some type of limitation. I'm gonna keep it 100. There is no expiration of hip hop, of anything that black people want to do. We can do it till we die. Long, like I said, we don't get penalties when we die. We can live and live our dreams and do what we wish to do as long as we live the right way, be mindful of God, and live in a way where we don't get penalties or penalized when we die. Facts. But yeah, we need to stop all that. That's ignorant to me. Oh, you're too old to rap. You're too old to do this. Come on, man. That's so stupid. Do people actually sit back and think about what they're saying and really dig deep into that go into that rabbit hole and say, why the hell have I been saying this? Have you ever had one of those aha moments? Because it seems like there ain't much of that going around.
It's silly for you to be doing the things that you do. If you know that you're taking care of your responsibilities, knee deep in your art, you're giving it everything that you have, you're evolving in your art, and you're expressing yourself in your art, you're too old to let anybody tell you what you're too old to do. Especially if you have stories, you have a God-given gift with words. And if you can express it in a way that makes somebody feel a little bit better about getting to an age they're insecure about, you've done your job. If you can make you feel a little bit cooler to reach 50, you've done your job. And it's not that different than what you made 20 sound like, from what you made your 30s sound like, if you've done your job.
There's other ways to use your art, no matter whether you draw or whether you're getting math or whatever you're really good and creative at. There's a way to monetize everything. We need to start letting black boys know that they can monetize anything so that they can keep drawing and literally keep making art.
The same entities that I feel like put these type of mindsets into younger brains, or at least by their actions put these ideas that you are less valuable the older that you are, they benefit from it. They benefit from using you in your 20s and your teens and taking the best, what they think is the best that you're going to ever be able to provide within this particular genre. They use you up, they drain you out, and by the time you're in your late 30s, you don't have enough energy to even go fight for your masters. Matter of fact, you're just glad you got out of that place. But the one thing you fell in love with that used to be a hobby, writing, rapping, making these songs, more people have made more money off of you in their system than you've made about on yourself.
And to me, that's sad and it's pathetic that people doing that to people. Like you an artist, you a singer, rapper, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. We all got that dream. We want to live a certain way or take care of our family, especially from the hood and the trenches. Yo, do your own thing. I remember going to them studios back in the days. How much is $100 an hour? It's like, damn, my mom was dead. My grandma was gone. Everything, like, I couldn't afford that. And I was only like 15, 16. Like, yo, I couldn't afford all of that. But I got my own studio, KRK, Rocket 5 and 7s. You know what I'm saying? I got my gaming computer, everything I need to do everything I need. My focus right, everything. Like, because I kept pushing and I kept like, man, I'm going to do this. I said I was going to do a podcast. I'm going to do it, and I'm doing it. It's dragging along a little because of me. It ain't because of anything else, because of me. But it ain't just it ain't just society that's with the stupidness about ageism. You know what I'm saying? You too young, you too old. And Satan does that to us too. Because you got to remember, every battle that we face starts in our mind. And he makes things become real or seem real. But I'm going to keep it 100. I don't care if you want to be an architect, a mortician, MC, a math teacher. Do it. Put all your heart and mind into it. I don't care if you 12. I don't care if you 55. I don't care if you 60. Do it. If you still got life in you and have faith in you and lean on God, and everything will be all right. You just do it. Do it. Some days it might be harder to get out of bed than others, but take one leg at a time and put it over the side of the bed. Get up and do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm 53. I still do music. I still know how to dance and all that. You think I'm gonna let niggas that's younger than me treat me a certain type of way? You'll be like, oh, dad dancing. Nigga, the dances you doing, I was doing before you. What are you talking about? That's what we gotta get out of that mindset for real. Because all these things these young people doing come from us. Like they be, oh, we gatekeepers in hip hop. Nigga, I'm gonna keep it 100. Hip hop actually belongs to us. Black people, yeah. But I'm just saying to the older niggas. Y'all was even around when hip hop came. Now y'all gonna try to dictate to the niggas what hip hop is or how old. Nigga, no. We not hearing none of that. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Either jump on the train with us and ride out and love, peace, and having fun, or sit your ass down and get out the way. If you can't bring them parties to the table, everything is, oh, you're too old, this and this. Now, one thing I will say about hip hop is that, and I agree with Jay, like with your age, like I write some songs. I'm a late bloomer, okay? So all these things play a part in a person's upbringing. I'm a late bloomer, all right? So that means a couple of things. But I don't feel like going into all that. But I write songs about the black diaspora. I write songs about racial injustice. I write songs about having fun. I write songs about how niggas be moving for gazy niggas, backstabbing, all that. I write about God. I write everything that we need to know. And I try to give people a little bit of knowledge or something because we all need something. Even when we don't think we need it. People been, I don't want to hear no lecture. I don't want to hear this. And then wonder why your life is messed up. Because you don't want to listen to nobody. Even God say, a fool goes in their own way. A wise person seek counsel. And not just any counsel, righteous counsel. God's wisdom. Not just wordiness or righteous thoughts. You know what I'm saying? You might as well follow your own way if you're following dumb niggas who's going to tell you something ignorant and all that. You seek people with wisdom or godly wisdom and knowledge that help grow you up. I used to hear this saying, like, why am I waste an hour talking to you if you can't even give me no game or how to make it? Now, you know what I'm saying? I talk to you for an hour and don't even get 20 minutes a game, or I get 60 minutes of just talk. It ain't helping me. Now we just chilling, that's different. But if I'm seeking something, I'm looking for that. So y'all niggas need to get out the clouds and come back down, my nigga. Learn something every day. Don't be a dummy. Y'all niggas need to go watch that show, that documentary, Dumbing Down of America. It's right here on YouTube. Watch it. They don't want y'all to think. They want y'all to just do what's told. And that's what y'all niggas doing. I don't do anything. That's fine. Everybody around ADHD. What it is that niggas just have a short attention span because they trying to do too much. Y'all don't feel that? I feel like God's speeding the time up. Y'all can't feel that? I can feel it. I guess you got to be HSP to feel that. Highly sensitive persons. It don't mean that you're a crybaby and all that. It means that you're more in tune with the earth and the universe, like I am. And I feel it speeding. I feel it. I always feel it. I'm like, damn, it was just Monday. It's like I closed my eyes and opened them back up, and it's Friday. It's Saturday. I feel that. Learn all you can. Don't be stupid and live your dream. I don't care if your mama or whoever saying negative stuff. Live your dream. As long as you, because people be like, as long as I ain't hurting nobody, no, you don't want to be hurting yourself. When I say that, I mean by you don't want to hurt yourself. Like your relationship with God or him blessing you and things of that nature. You want to be mindful of him when you do stuff. But it's true, cause I hear people say, I don't care what you do as long as you ain't hurting me or hurting somebody. Yeah, that's true. But you still can hurt yourself if you're going in a way God don't want you to. But that's another subject. But yeah, like I was saying, like do whatever you dream you got in your heart. No matter how, if you're 12 and you might got a couple of years to be a professor or a scientist, that's cool. But still do it. When that time comes, be prepared to ready to do it. Start learning now. Whatever it is, you do music, you do hip hop, and you 40, 45, you dope. Keep doing it. Care what niggas say. Cause it's never the niggas around you or niggas that's in your family that's supporting you. It's always strangers. And that's fact. I can't think of many niggas I got 8 million streams. 8 million. I bet not even 100 of them is from family and friends. Maybe my twin or my brother Leslie here and there. But as far as that, it's like niggas always want support but don't want to support others niggas. That's crazy to me.
God forbid somebody
like for instance, my cousin, he does boxing. I see his stuff, it pop up on Facebook. I like it, I tag whatever. I tag it on my page too. My cousin King Lunatic, Fit Chef. He into health and everything. I post his stuff. I tag his stuff. I like his stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't always get that same response, but I don't do it for transactional things. I'm doing it because I'm a real nigga. Like, I want to see you shine. I don't know if you want to see me really shine. You could just be lip service, but I'm going to be me regardless of who these niggas be or who else be. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be me. I ain't going to be that, you know what I'm saying? Because we grew up together, sort of, you know, in an later age. But, you know, I love my cousins and everything. I just saying, like, show love. I show love. But I don't want you to show it just because I show it, don't. Sorry, because I'm not being a hypocrite. But, yeah. I do it because I want to see people make it. Even when I'm on YouTube and I watch somebody for the first time, if I think they cool and I connect with them, I follow them automatically. And I like. Sometimes I forget to like because I be liking the content so much that I forget to click like. But I do normally click join or subscribe. I do that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want some good people to watch. Curtis King is one. Schoolface John is another one. Big Zoe, Struggle Stream, Jay Nolan. Of course, Music for Breakfast, they dope, they extra dope. You know what I'm saying? You got the HHSB crew, he dope. You know what I'm saying? It's mad niggas. You got Quality, that's my nigga, he dope too. You know what I'm saying? All these niggas is dope. You know what I'm saying? And then it's me, KLGV of Faith, Venom and Reasons. So like and subscribe, my people. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get back into this.
400 years from now, digs through the dirt, digs through the data centers, and they go combing for music, and they're trying to figure out what was this civilization going through in their 40s and 50s. God forbid they dig through it, and the only thing that they have to show for it is niggas rapping over their vocals at rolling loud. That'd be terrible.
He's talking about Drake. Drake is a nigga who rap over his vocals. Like, you supposed to have the instrumental on doing that live. Like I said yesterday, if you have a bad memory and you have the earbuds in and you hear your vocals and you repeating them, that's different from actually playing it over the loudspeakers and everybody hearing your vocals on the per se song and you rhyming over that. That's corny. Like, that's like really corny. But yeah, I understand. Like, he's saying it's true. Niggas gonna be like, well, how this generation was, how was they? And they see that, they gonna be like, damn, they was doing garbage like that. They was rhyming over their words.
Be terrible. Okay, I'm being for real. God forbid they dig through it and they have no representation of what it meant to be a black man at 40, a black man at 50, a black woman at 40, 50. God forbid they have nothing to pull from except for the ramblings of a nigga with no brain. You ain't even got a fully developed brain and you gonna represent my thoughts at 30 and 40 and 50. God forbid. That's the only thing they have as a representation of what our life was like, of the things we went through. Ageism in hip hop is officially old. To still be having these conversations if they're not productive, if they're not celebrating the folks who are continuing to evolve their arts. And God bless everybody who takes them arrows in this culture and still does it anyways. Those are my thoughts, though, DIYers. You let me know what you think.
Curtiss, K-I-Y.
Yeah, I rock with Curtis King. That's my dude right there. And what he's saying is true. Real talk. I get tired of all that ageism in hip hop. Like, and I always look at that. Why don't everything that has to do with black people always have to be some expiration dates or like even now, like even when I look at the voting bills and this and they trying to expire this and take this away. Why, nigga? Why? And then y'all talking about ageism, like black people is always something with us, like, oh, you're 40, you shouldn't be a rapper. But y'all got niggas in their 80s and 90s in Congress. How that work? You got niggas with the good old boy mentality still running the government. Come on, make that make sense. But that's neither here nor there. Now, I wanted to go on here and this is my new album right here coming out. But actually it already came out. It came out on the 9th. I am KSGV of Faith. You know what I'm saying? It had 3-song EP with my dude David Lenhoff from Germany. You know what I'm saying? He made the tracks. He's on the songs, either doing the hooks or he got a verse, and then it's me. I'm always last on the song. I'm the closer. But anyway, this song right here is on I Am KSGV of Faith. This is the EP after the beginning of me. You know what I'm saying? Beginning of me is fire, it's it's doing good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm getting further ahead now. It's a long journey, but I'm willing to take it. It's like, yo, you want to live your dream, you gotta live your dream, baby. You can't let niggas make you feel like you can't live your dream or you have to be a certain way because they a certain way. And another thing niggas do is like they won't live their dream or they too scared they live their dream, so they talk you out of living yours. And I think, and to me, I personally think that's messed up. Like niggas shouldn't really do that. That's corny to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find this thing on here real quick. What the heck happened to it? Trying to see how to play this on here. Cause I was just on here on my site, but then it just went away on me. And I don't know why it did that. Let's see. That's crazy. What happened to mine? I might have to do it later. Or I could do it like this. We can listen to my 3 new songs like this. Yeah. I might have to do this on the next episode because I'm having technical difficulties right now. But anyway, I'll do this on my next episode. But my new album, EP rather, is called I Am KSGV of Faith. It's on all platforms now. It's 3 songs. It's a little project I did with my dude David Lenhoff from Germany. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe to my channel. Check out Curtiss King and other people I mentioned, Music for Breakfast and them. Check out group Contraband, Fire Music. I'm a part of that group. Check out Denzi Blue. Check out Soul Agree, LES. You know what I'm saying? He's on all platforms too, and SoundCloud and Reverb Nation. So am I. You know what I'm saying? Check out the merch. You can check out in the ticker tape at the bottom. You can check out SongFinnyMusicWorks.com. You can follow me on X or Instagram under I Am KSGV of Faith. You know what I'm saying? Or TikTok under Songfinity Music Works, KSGV of Faith. Or it might be Songfinity KSGV of Faith. But I also have Songfinity Music Works on Facebook, and I got KSGV of Faith on Facebook and on Fanbase. And I also have KSGV of Faith on Facebook as Infinity Music Works on Facebook. Other than that, you can check out my merch at T Public. That's in the ticker tape at the bottom. Till next time, I'm out. To the next episode. But yeah, for real, don't let nobody tell you how to live your dreams or you too old for something. Now, If you a grown man pouting like a little girl, you're too old for that. and all you grown men who's glazing for Drake, we men do. We don't do that. Like I said in my last video, when we was coming up, but some niggas like Big Daddy Kane or Rakim can get with Big Daddy Kane or was better than Big Daddy Kane. We had our little debates, song for song, but we never was like getting in our feelings. We was never flipping out or cursing somebody out or disrespecting other people like y'all niggas is doing. And it's sad, and y'all niggas are pathetic for doing that. We men. Where's your masculinity at? You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas pumping up an estrogen. What's going on? But anyway, for real, hold your side. Do me a favor. Love one another like it's your last day on earth, because you never know when your time will come. It could be any second, nanosecond, minute, hour, day, year, whatever, month. You know what I'm saying? So love each other. You really love somebody, love them. Love them whole. Love them with your whole heart, not halfway. Don't be a lover yourself. Be a lover of yourself and others. And keep it balanced. Don't love yourself more than others. Love yourself and others the same. You know what I'm saying? Which goes in line with the treat them like you want to be treated. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm out. Peace.